Introduction of group members. Good day everyone. We are pleased to introduce our team members who have collaborated in making this project a success. Nurul Sayahida binti Muhammad Zailan. First, let me introduce Nurul Sayahida binti Muhammad Zailan, with student ID 202-443-0674. Sayahida is a creative and hardworking individual who contributes innovative ideas and solutions. Her enthusiasm and dedication have been instrumental in enhancing the quality of our project. Nurshariza binti Johari. Next we have Nurshariza binti Johari, student ID 202-463-6754. Nurshariza is known for her strong organizational skills and positive attitude. She actively participates in discussions and plays an important role in coordinating team activities to ensure smooth collaboration among members. Nura Nasuha binti Mohammed Salim. Our third member is Nura Nasuha binti Mohammed Salim, with student ID 202-484-1906. Nasuha is a dedicated and responsible team member who consistently contributes valuable ideas and ensures that assigned tasks are completed efficiently. Her commitment and attention to detail have greatly supported our group's progress. Erickson Magimpak. Moving on, we have Erickson Magimpak, student ID 202-488-2152. Erickson is a dependable team member who brings analytical thinking and problem-solving skills to the group. His ability to work effectively under pressure has helped our team overcome challenges throughout this project. Norzila binti Mohammed Tajaddin. Lastly, let me introduce Norzila binti Mohammed Tajaddin, with student ID 202-342-9374. Norzila is a cooperative and motivated team member who consistently supports the group with her dedication and teamwork. Her willingness to assist others has contributed significantly to our collective success. Together, we form as a group by combining our diverse skills, knowledge, and experiences. We have worked collaboratively to achieve our project objectives. Thank you for your attention and management of digital transformation. Good morning. Today, we initiate a forensic examination of Touch 'n Go TNG e-wallet, focusing on its management of digital transformation through the Hinge framework. Digital transformation is not merely a technological shift. As Fenton, Fletcher, and Griffiths argue, it is a strategic and sustainable approach to realizing value through data-driven and people-focused models. We must first frame this within the VUCA world, an environment characterized by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. In such a world, traditional 5-year plans are obsolete. Instead, TNG has utilized a structured planning methodology to operationalize strategic goals into actionable objectives. We will use the Hinge model, horizon scanning, internal audit, new model generation, gap analysis, and evaluation as our analytical lens. This model acts as a strategic flywheel, where the evaluation of one cycle feeds directly back into the scanning. Over the next few minutes, we will deconstruct how TNG moved from a single-purpose legacy tool to a pillar of Malaysia's digital economy. What is Touch 'n Go e-wallet? To understand TNG, we must define it as a platform-first ecosystem. Theoretically, TNG represents a move up the digital maturity model, currently sitting at level 3 integral. At this level, digital processes are not just added on level 1 or engaged with level 2, but are woven into the fabric of the organization. TNG's practical application shows when TNG is a mobile-first app supporting QR payments, online transfers, and retail purchases. However, the quality of this transformation lies in its integration with the DootNow network and major Malaysian banks. This is an example of achieving syntactic interoperability, the ability of systems to seamlessly interact. By moving beyond a product, the physical card, to a platform, the app, TNG has achieved a one-stop financial status. This reflects the triple revolution theory, the convergence of social media, fast internet, and smartphones to change communication permanently. We are looking at a system that handles everything from tolls and parking to bill payments and insurance. SafeTrip. This slide sets the baseline. TNG is the digital heart of a cashless lifestyle. Digital transformation context. Context is the primary driver of transformation. Malaysia's shift toward a cashless economy is a strategic response to the national agenda for digital growth and financial inclusion. Transformation must benefit people both inside and outside the organization. We measure success here through social impact-oriented strategies. TNG practical application. TNG e-wallet bridges the convenience gap for urban users, but, more importantly, it addresses inclusive access for rural and unbanked populations. A pivotal piece of evidence is TNG's support for UNHCR ID holders, allowing displaced persons to access regulated financial services without a traditional bank. This is value creation in its purest form. By aligning with the EKYC, Electronic Know Your Customer, standard set by Bank Negara Malaysia, TNG built a system based on veracity, ensuring the data of 28 million users is accurate and secure. TNG is no longer just a private firm. It is a vehicle for Malaysia's broader digital economy flow process. We now move into the forensic stage of our Hinge analysis, the internal audit. Theoretically, an organization is only as digitally mature as its least mature element, and an audit must scrutinize the 6 interacting elements: people, data, software, hardware, processes, and communications. This slide examines the process element by deconstructing TNG's 8-step transaction workflow. TNG audited its legacy toll payment routines to design a mobile-first workflow that ensures syntactic interoperability, the ability of disparate systems to talk to one another seamlessly. The process begins with biometric or PIN-based login, Addressing the security gap by ensuring user veracity. Top up. Users reload via Doot Now or credit cards, integrating the app with the wider Malaysian banking infrastructure. Scan QR. This is the primary interface between the user and merchant, utilizing mobile hardware to initiate a data exchange. System verification. Here, the software element performs a real-time check of the balance and transaction security. Payment processing. The TNG payment gateway handles the encryption and transfer. Merchant confirmation. Instant feedback is provided to the merchant, which is vital for building trust relationships in a digital economy. Database update. The centralized database reflects the new balance in real time, ensuring data integrity. Digital receipt. Finally, a permanent digital record is created, allowing for historical transaction tracking. By mapping this workflow, TNG identified that real-time processing at scale is non-negotiable for achieving the integral maturity. This audited process removes the friction points of traditional cash handling, meeting the consumer demand for speed and convenience found in our earlier Horizon scanning. This is an anti-pattern in action. Rather than blindly following old toll card routines, TNG designed a post hoc pattern for a fully digital lifestyle. Horizon scanning. Cashless lifestyle, expanded connectivity, faster transactions, security and integration. We begin our journey through the Hinge framework with Horizon scanning. Theoretically, this is the lens through which an organization imagines its future business models by looking at a distance from current activities. It is not a crystal ball but a systematic process to identify technological accelerators and disruptors before they become immediate threats. For TNG, this involved identifying the triple revolution, the convergence of social media, fast internet, and smartphones that has permanently changed how societies interact with money. TNG scanned a horizon where a cashless lifestyle was no longer a niche preference, but a consumer expectation. They recognized that expanded connectivity and smartphone penetration were widening the user base beyond urban hubs. While traditional banks were still tied to physical branches, TNG saw that the future was in faster transactions, mobile-first payments that outpace cash in every daily use case. Most crucially, they scanned for security and integration needs. They looked at international standards like Alipay Plus and recognized that for a wallet to be truly integral, Level 3 maturity, it must offer seamless platform interoperability. By internalizing these external stimuli, TNG avoided the cautionary tales of Kodak or Nokia, who failed to adapt when consumer behavior shifted. TNG's scanning led to the Alipay Plus partnership, enabling QR payments in over 50 countries. They transitioned from being a toll card company to a global payment ecosystem. The outcome was a proactive stance that met the demand for convenience before the legacy banking sector could pivot, effectively securing the first-mover advantage in Malaysia's fintech space. Audit. Operational architecture, system ownership, issue resolution, access control. The internal audit is a forensic examination of the organizational system, which we define as 6 interacting elements: people, data, software, hardware, processes, and communications. Theoretically, an organization is only as digitally mature as its least mature element. For TNG, this audit was essential to uncover the legacy challenges of their original physical card infrastructure, where card balances were silos away from the digital wallet. TNG's audit led to a radical redesign of their operational architecture. They moved away from fragmented systems toward a hyperscale cloud-based infrastructure with centralized databases. This allows for real-time transaction processing at a scale of 28 million users. Regarding system ownership, they audited their internal skills and realized they needed to manage the platform jointly with specialized technology partners to maintain Level 3 maturity. They refined issue resolution by establishing dedicated customer support and IT teams to handle escalations. Finally, they audited access control, implementing distinct permission levels for customers, merchants, and admins to ensure high-veracity data security. This audit addressed the security gap. By implementing eKYC, Electronic Know Your Customer, TNG moved from anonymous card usage to a data-rich environment where every user is verified. The outcome was an integral system that supports real-time scalability. They solved the friction between the physical card and the app by allowing users to see estimations of their combined e-wallet and Go Plus balances in local currencies when abroad, a direct result of auditing and integrating their data silos. Internal audit system and processes. This slide examines the underlying infrastructural elements, the software and hardware that support the entire system. In strategic digital transformation, the infrastructure must be fixed, yet dynamic enough to respond to the VUCA world. TNG's internal audit revealed that their original card-based systems were siloed and lacked the capacity for growth. In response, they moved to a cloud-based infrastructure with centralized databases. Theoretically, this enables dynamic interoperability, where the system can respond to changing context and scale, such as a sudden surge in transactions during a national holiday. Furthermore, TNG audited their access control protocols. They implemented role-based permissions for customers, merchants, and administrators. This is not just a technical requirement. It is a veracity and integrity measure that protects sensitive data of 28 million users. To ensure this infrastructure remains a PaaS organization, predictable, accurate, stable, and simple, they established dedicated customer support and IT teams who monitor system performance and resolve technical escalations around the clock. Outcome and analysis. The outcome of this audit is a system capable of real-time transaction processing at scale. By positioning cloud computing as an integral aspect of their system, Even if the physical servers are external, TNG has successfully blurred the boundaries between the organization and its environment to leverage superior technological power. This provides the stability required to transition from an operational perspective to a truly visionary perspective. We conclude our internal audit with the most vital element of all: people. Strategic digital transformation is fundamentally a people challenge, and an organization is only as strong as the skills and alignment of its workforce. Practical application to TNG. TNG's audit focused on aligning human roles with system components to ensure accountability and responsibility. As shown in our organizational mapping, TNG divided its responsibilities into 4 clear pillars. Product and operations team, tasked with designing payment workflows and new features like SafeTrip and the Visa card, ensuring the app remains value-centric. IT and infrastructure team, responsible for system uptime and server stability, which are the non-functional requirements that keep the system running. Cybersecurity team. This team monitors threats and implements the controls necessary to maintain user trust, especially given the rising risks of scams and phishing. Customer support team. They handle complaints but, more importantly, they lead user education on safe usage, bridging the digital literacy gap found in many segments of the population. This structure creates an ownership culture. By having a dedicated cybersecurity team to monitor veracity, TNG lives up to its money-back guarantee of up to RM5,000, which is a significant competitive differentiator. By investing in the skills and training of these teams, TNG avoids the overwork and burnout common in tech sectors, while ensuring that knowledge transfer is embedded within the organization, rather than lost to external contractors. In summary, this audit transforms TNG from a card issuer into a digitally mature, self-reflective organization where people drive the data. And new model generation, future enhancements, slide content, AI fraud detection, 24/7 chatbot support, biometric authentication, smart financial insights, ASEAN expansion. We now move to new model generation. Theoretically, this step leverages an organization's improved digital maturity to define innovative ways to create value. Using a hybrid business model canvas, TNG can shift from being product-centric to value-centric, selling the benefits of financial management rather than just the feature of a payment tool. This slide focuses on the will-be enhancements that define TNG's next evolution. TNG is generating models for a future-proof ecosystem. First is AI fraud detection, using machine learning to monitor anomalous transactions in real time. Second, they are moving toward 24/7 chatbot support, automating assistants to handle the volume and velocity of user queries. Third, they are integrating biometric authentication, facial/fingerprint, to replace traditional PINs, moving toward the human-computer integration seen in Level 4 maturity. Fourth, the Smart Financial Insights model transforms the app into a personalized budgeting tool. Finally, ASEAN expansion defines their goal to be the cross-border payment standard for Southeast Asia. These models represent a move toward the DAO, distributed autonomous organization mindset, where data drives the decisions and people provide the creative impetus. By offering products like Go Plus, wealth management, cash loan, and SafeTrip insurance, TNG is no longer just a wallet. It is a fintech business ecosystem. The outcome is user stickiness. By providing smart insights and automated support, TNG becomes an indispensable part of the user's financial life, fulfilling the Level 3 promise of data being the new oil. Gap analysis, current challenges versus future needs. Current problems, internet dependency, scam/phishing, limited literacy, transaction failures, versus future needs, stronger security, offline payments, user education, server stability. Lecture script. Gap analysis is the critical evaluation of the as-is current state against the will-be future state, specifically focusing on missing data, people, and skills. Theoretically, this creates focus rather than fear, allowing an organization to prioritize which gaps to bridge first. TNG identified several critical current problems. Internet dependency is a major gap. If a user is in a basement parking lot with no signal, they cannot pay. Scam and phishing risks are external threats that erodes trust, a vital component of the business model canvas. Limited digital literacy among the B40 community or rural users leads to errors. To bridge these, TNG identified future needs. They are developing offline payment options to ensure service continuity, regardless of connectivity. They are prioritizing user education programs to build digital strategic skills among their 28 million users. They are also investing in server stability to handle peak periods like 11.11 sales or holiday travels. TNG bridged the financial inclusion gap by allowing UNHCR ID holders to register, providing the unbanked with access to regulated finance. They addressed the security gap with a money-back guarantee of up to RM5,000, which serves as a psychological bridge to build user trust. The outcome of this gap analysis is a roadmap that ensures technology is used to solve specific pain points of the Malaysian public, rather than innovating for technology's Evaluation of Touch and Go e-wallet. Leading platform 24/7 always available, growth potential, CAGR 16.05%, continuous investment. The final hinge step is evaluation. Theoretically, this involves measuring success through the parameters of growth, efficiency, and social impact. We must ask, Has the transformation created the intended value? Evaluation is not a final destination but the point where the evaluation of one cycle feeds back into the scanning of the next. Evaluation metrics confirm TNG as Malaysia's leading platform, integrated across 2 million merchants and 28 million users. It has achieved 24/7 always available status, becoming a cornerstone of the national digital economy. Data from Mordor Intelligence evaluates the Malaysia fintech market at a CAGR of 16.05%. This massive growth potential validates TNG's strategic selection of tools, such as the TNG eWallet Visa card, which allows users to withdraw cash from any ATM globally, bridging the gap between digital and physical finance. TNG was awarded FinTech of the Year 2023, a qualitative validation of its integral maturity. However, the evaluation highlights a burning platform. Failing to maintain server stability or falling behind in AI fraud detection could lead to immediate loss of market share. The outcome is a realization that sustained growth requires continuous investment in reliability. TNG is now a Level 3 organization, but reaching the aspirational future, Level 4, requires repeating the hinge loop with even tighter smart objectives. Conclusion and recommendations. Summary, innovation and integration, strategic recommendations, cybersecurity, offline, literacy, ASEAN expansion. In conclusion, Touch 'n Go eWallet is a masterclass in the management of digital transformation through innovation and integration. By moving from a legacy toll tool to a data-driven platform, they have redefined the Malaysian financial landscape. However, as Fintan et al. Argue, transformation is not a one-time project but a continuous iterative cycle. Strategic recommendations. Strengthen cybersecurity. Implement the AI fraud detection models proposed in our new model generation. Slide to combat increasingly sophisticated scams. Improve infrastructure. Finalize offline functionality to eliminate the dependency on mobile data for daily payments. Expand user education. Move beyond operational skills to strategic skills by launching national digital literacy campaigns to empower the B40 and rural communities. ASEAN integration. Accelerate ASEAN expansion to become the default cross-border payment gateway, leveraging the Alipay Plus network to its fullest potential. Digital transformation is fundamentally a people challenge supported by data. TNG must maintain its permeable boundary, continuing to co-create with its 28 million users to stay unshockable in a VUCA world. By adhering to the hinge flywheel, TNG ensures it doesn't just do digital, but remains a digitally mature, self-reflective organization capable of leading Malaysia into a more inclusive and secure future. Thank you.